Hi Virgo, Mercury retrograde. Here we are. It was a tough one. Welcome to your June reading. Mercury will be going direct on June 3rd. Hallelujah. And it's in the sign that also is ruled by Mercury, Gemini. Actually, it will be going direct in Taurus at 26 degrees. And then will be ingressing Gemini, I believe, mid-June. So we have post-shadow period until June 18th. And then we'll be free of all of that Mercury retrograde business that we went through. For you guys, this is going to help open up information. If you, like, you know, I know a lot of people had to go through Mercury retrograde. It was like the end of school. And for all of you Virgo risings or Virgo suns that really had trouble with finals, that probably sucked during Mercury retrograde. But everything's going to become a little bit more clear. This is happening in your 9th house. And Mercury in the 9th house brings teachers to us or brings answers to us. So when it goes direct in your 9th house on the 3rd, and you may start to begin to get answers to questions that you've been having. A lot of other things are happening this month. I want to start with your cards though. So I did want to talk about Mercury since that is your ruling planet. And the post-shadow period is really just going to have us looking back at things. Could we have paid a little bit more attention to certain things? Something just popped up in my mind for sure. Okay, coming into the month. Whew. You know, it's funny. It's like the betrayal. It feels like a betrayal. It feels like the happily ever after that you have been wanting things to happen, and it's like something changed, and there's this massive feeling of like, what the fuck? Excuse my language. First card that came out was the Death card. You could be dealing with a Scorpio energy or just going through some massive transformations. Then we have the Seven of Swords. That's where you feel betrayed in some way. You may feel betrayed by a Scorpio energy, or you may just feel betrayed by the energy of transformation, to be quite honest. And then we got the Ten of Cups. And my friends, the Ten of Cups is such a great dream to have. And I don't want you to ever lose sight of a happily ever after. Because Virgos can be very cynical individuals. And the second that something happens and we get up in our brains and we start analyzing all of the things, we automatically create this like, well, I guess I'm just doomed to be unlucky, or I guess that this is just my fate, or not even, you know, you may just be that really super logical Virgo that's watching this and being like, I don't believe in fate anymore because of this. Or I don't feel, you know, I don't believe in luck anymore. The Ten of Cups, as beautiful as the Ten of Cups is, sometimes it can be an illusion because we have an idea of what we want the Ten of Cups to look like. And the Ten of Cups can look different in so many ways. So many ways. Let's get some more cards. That Ten of Cups can be the emotional support that's needed. That Ten of Cups can be, hidden allies, you know, like people that you didn't think that were going to be there for you and to like help you get through some things. All of a sudden they are. But feeling like you had an idea and you were manifesting this idea and this is really what you wanted and you put all of your faith into it and you worked really, really hard to get there, and how dare the universe not give you the reward? I get it. Knight of Swords. I heard, what's the rush? What's the rush? You'll have every reason, like all of the things that you thought of when I said, what's the rush? Because I want to do this, because I want to do this, because it's a precarious situation, or it has to be this way, or, you know, we have to do this, we have to rush, 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 rush. There's a difference between getting things done quickly and rushing through it. And the biggest difference of that is how your own status, your own inner status, what's happening inside of you. Because the rush, 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 rush means that you're making decisions based on desperation. You're not making decisions based on your own instincts. Because desperation is not our own instinct. Desperation is fear. And that's where we have to slow down. No matter what it is, no matter what it means. And the reason why we do is because the answers come in the time that they are supposed to from the right people, the right situations. So the Two of Wands, and then we get the Nine of Pentacles, the abundance. Woo, I'm really going to enjoy clarifying these. But before we do that, I do want to talk a little bit more about them. So the desperation, the Knight of Swords, is the desperation coming from an expectation of what you wanted things to look like with the Ten of Cups. And the betrayal, because in your mind, whatever this Ten of Cups is like, you deserve it. It should be mine. I deserve it. And I absolutely agree. You do deserve it. Whatever it is that you've been working hard for, whatever direction you've been going in, whatever it is that you've been focused on that has been, you know, pushing you along, because Virgos need that, you know, we need that project to get us going, right? Whatever it is that you've been doing with that, that's part of your journey too. But the outcome that you were expecting that didn't happen, that's part of your journey too. You weren't supposed to get the thing that you wanted. That sucks. But the reason why you weren't supposed to get the thing that you wanted is because there's something bigger that's coming. And I know that that sounds silly. And so instead of the betrayal, instead of the beating yourself up or having that fear inside of you paralyze you, because let's be honest, Virgos, when we are afraid of doing certain things in our lives, we don't do them. We will procrastinate until the day is long. And it straight comes from a fear because we've projected something in the future. And then after the betrayal and after you feeling like deflated from all of it and, oh my gosh, I didn't get my happily ever after. I didn't get what it was that I was really pushing for and what I was really wanting. That's when the desperation comes in. And we rush a little too much. So, June is going to the beginning, the first part of June, as we get through Gemini season. We'll have some things to contend with the first, couple of weeks of June that we're going to talk about in the extended. We do have a Sagittarius full moon on the 14th, and that's switching your routine. There's something about your health and routine or your day-to-day activities that have to change. There's something that, Sagittarius is about the expansion of things, and that's what we're doing right now. We're all expanding and growing and evolving, and it's really uncomfortable, and it's painful, and it's not something that anybody wants to feel or go through. But we're all in it together too. So remembering that you're not alone. And I know that it feels very much alone because we are the hermit and we journey by ourselves. We do that journey with a very small light by ourselves. But when we're done with that, the people need to hear what it is that we found, or what it is that we recognized or remembered, So that's where I feel like there's the Nine of Pentacles makes me feel like there's a light at the end of the tunnel with this. There is a showing up for yourself in a way. The Nine of Pentacles is very Venus and Virgo. So if your Venus is in Virgo and you're watching this, mine is. A Venus in Virgo is very independent when it comes to what, working and stuff like that. But they're also very much the kind of people that pay attention to the little things that their loved ones do so that they can recreate that for them, so they can do that for them. So I love that Nine of Pentacles. Just wanted to give you guys that little tidbit story about the Venus and Virgo. Whatever transpired that feels like a betrayal in the beginning of June may look more like opportunities towards the end of June. So we're going to look at that in the extended. We're going to clarify this. I just don't want you guys to lose hope with anything. We're also going to talk about with Cancer season, the sun going into Cancer, and the beginning of Cancer season, and that new moon that's happening in Cancer as well in the extended. And we'll talk more about the Sagittarius full moon. Saturn retrograde will be happening in June. We'll talk about that as well. And clarify everything on the table, because I feel like the ending of this story is actually on a much brighter note than we are putting in our own minds. I feel like the Seven of Swords might be a little bit of overthinking. Virgo's overthinking. What? I have started an astrology course, an introductory course to learning how to read your soul's blueprint, your natal chart, and I'm really excited about it. We are right in the middle of the course with my members, and they seem to be enjoying it so far. So I wanted to make it available to the public because I'm having a great time teaching. So if you've wanted to learn how to read your birth chart, or just like to be unconfused about all of the astrology stuff that's going around, this class is definitely going to be for you. It's going to be an evolutionary astrology course. And the price is $222, but there are payment options available. So I don't want anybody to think that they can't afford to do this. So just contact me, and all of that information is in the description box. I also have openings for readings in June. So go check out my calendar. Bye, guys.